I'm making an album, it's usually intentional. So when I make an album, it is intentional. I know I need to start making my next record. So, what is that going to be? This time around, I wanted to do something different because I have been in the industry for 18 years now. And most of those albums, with 6 of them, they've all been pretty much made by, track submissions. And then I like this track and then I'll write to that track. That's been it for the most part, with the exception of a couple songs. However, I started writing songs at the piano. That's how I started writing, at the piano as a tween, 11 years old, at the piano, writing full songs and having them on my little dictaphone. And there was no tracks being submitted, you know what I'm saying? It was just a very organic process. And I loved that. I absolutely loved writing that way. And I don't know why I strayed so far from it. So I had an epiphany before I started this album and said, you know what, I want all of the mid-tempos and ballads to be started at the piano and written at the piano, the chord structure, all that done at the piano, and let Kwame write around what's already there, because there's a certain magic there when I do that. And like I said, I've never made a point to do it for a project like this. So now we have Love Absolute with 75% of the songs written that way. And I really think it gives it some zhuzh. I think my memorable moments are at the piano. You know what I'm saying? Or which was not in the studio, because my piano was like in like a guest bedroom, and I'll just close the door and be in there. So so it actually wasn't. I didn't even do that part in the studio. So the memorable moments for me were definitely piano moments. When I wrote "You Send Me," since these are the only ones that I started that way. When I wrote "You Send Me" and "Where You Are," I did know like, this is something, because every song I started, or every song that I wrote at the piano, I didn't give to Kwame to produce, so they're definitely the ones that you're like, this is one. I'm sending this to him tonight. He can start on this tonight, because this is going to be something. I definitely thought that way about "You Send Me," and I definitely thought that way about "Where You Are," and the others that, that you don't have. But yeah, so I remember those moments of feeling like this is something I need to finish. Because, sometimes when I'm at the piano, it's like, I'll do the verse, I'll do a hook, and I'll be like, maybe not. I'll start, you know what I'm saying? I don't complete every idea that I have, but when I know that I feel something, then I know I'm going to go ahead and finish writing the, second verse and the bridge, and just write the full song. So yeah, I definitely felt that way about "You Send Me" and "Where You Are." I knew it. I knew they had to be done, had to be completed. "We Are Everywhere" is an up-tempo. It's like an Afro beat, song with the Kwame twist, because he has to put his own twist on everything. It's I think that might be my favorite composition of Kwame's on the album. He just did a phenomenal job with where this music goes and what it does, and it's so different and it feels so good. So my part in it is I wanted to talk about, like you said, to your point, it's not about a specific incident that just happened or anything like that. But it is about the diaspora of Black people as a result of the triangle trade and all the different places that we ended up. And I feel a lot of times, us here in the United States, I don't think we think about or realize just how many people were dispersed to all these different places. Like 40% of all the slaves went to Brazil, you know what I'm saying? And they have their respective struggles in their respective country. And we, and so many other places. And I don't think that we think of ourselves like as a whole in that sense, where I know that we, again, have separate struggles in different places, but they all are very similar. And I think thinking of us, as a larger picture is very, very important, because a lot of these struggles, like I said, are the same, So I want us to start to feel more connected to other places in which the same thing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, there's an interlude before it, and I tell my son that, hey, 40% of all the slaves that survived the Middle Passage went to Brazil. I said, so we could have family there for all we know. You know, so it's just saying that, you know, we're talking about like a port away, a port stop here and a port stop there could have separated the whole family, you know? So we shouldn't feel disconnected from any of those places. So that's what We Are Everywhere is about. And I literally named like all the major slave ports from that time, and then all the places that we were dispersed to after landing in those ports. Well, not all, I can't name all of them in one song, but some of the places. So it's really fun. It's not like a heavy song, you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds heavy, but it's actually fun, and it's upbeat. And like I said, Kwam's composition is just really incredible. And it's always great to talk about something else besides romantic love. So I always love tracks that go away from that and go to another place. And it's still love, but again, it's not romantic love. It's love of your people. And I think that's great.